what's up guys? In this video we're going to recap the live stream I did on Sunday following the tornado, yet another large tornado through south central Mississippi. I've got the numbers now surrounding that storm that we followed for over an hour. I had several people ask, was it an EF4, EF5, what was the wind speed? And at the time I had no way of knowing. All I knew is there was a large tornado on the ground, and that was confirmed by the National Weather Service at the time, and it was headed towards Hattiesburg. Ended up staying south of Hattiesburg, went between Hattiesburg and Purvis, right in this area here. It was a big storm, but I had no way of knowing the exact size until it was surveyed by the National Weather Service, and they have come out with the numbers today. Here's the storm over here on the right. It's the lower red line here. That's the third very large storm that went through the same general area of Mississippi. These two here are from Easter Sunday. This is from the 19th. It was on the ground for 54 miles, wind speeds of 170 miles per hour, and it was a 1.25 mile wide tornado. So it ended up being a very large tornado. This is the storm from Easter Sunday that set a state record, 2.25 mile wide, and was on the ground for 84 miles. We followed both of those storms, an EF3 and an EF4, and the EF3 was 1 mile wide itself. So 3 humongous tornadoes within a week of each other. And I finally got confirmation of this pink signature that we kept noticing during the live stream, that under normal thunderstorm circumstances, if you will, that would indicate hail. Well, it wasn't behaving like hail on the radar. It was on the radar in a very unusual shape, a very, very long time, and it ended up being, from what I understand, leaves. After we finished up the live stream, I found a storm chaser following the tornado, and I watched a clip of him following the tornado through Purvis in that area right before Hattiesburg. And he made a comment. He said he could smell the tornado, and what he was implying was, and he actually said it, it was chewing up leaves and branches so much it smelled like somebody had just mowed their lawn, but on a very, very large scale. And that's what that ended up being. It was a debris cloud of leaves that was lofted up in the air by that very powerful EF4 tornado. Right there it is, and it traveled for many miles in the air, and you hear about that during tornadoes. It'll loft things maybe 50, 60, 70 miles away from their original location. And that's what was going on there. That was a cloud of leaves and vegetation. And that's what the storm chaser said he could smell, was vegetation, fresh cut vegetation from the EF4 tornado that had 170 mile an hour winds. Ended up being 1.25 miles wide. So there's the details, guys, behind the very large tornado in Mississippi. Once again, I want to show you guys a storm I noticed today over southern Europe that expanded over 1,000 miles, and it was just an unusually shaped storm. Check this out. It's like a series of roll clouds in the sky. Look at that expand over 1,000 miles. And it was still expanding as I was taking this little video clip here. Looks like a collection of roll clouds. They don't look severe, they just look unusual. And they expand, like I said, for over 1,000 miles. We'll go here to Google Earth, and I'll show you real quick how far that actually is. It's over 1,100 miles. Check this out. We're going to go from here. It expanded from France all the way back to Turkey. Actually closer to 2,000 miles. Look at that. 1,900. That's approximate, of course, but give or take a couple hundred miles, but it expanded all across southern Europe, over into France, across the Mediterranean. Just a series of long roll clouds, each between, let's say, 1,000 and 2,000 miles long. Very, very unusual storm. Just wanted to point that out as I noticed that today, and it just struck me as odd. So once again, the tornado that went through Mississippi last Sunday ended up being rated an EF4 by the National Weather Service out of Jackson, Mississippi. Thanks for watching. Have a super day, and be safe out there.